So there's a lot of talk going on about a study that is quote unquote debunking the Shroud of Turin's authenticity. The study comes from a man named Cicero Moraes, and he's basically using like 3D modeling software to simulate how a textile would drape over a body. And according to his findings, he's saying that when fabric is draped over a body, the imprint that the body leaves behind is more of like a warped image. He's saying that it looks very different from what we see in the Shroud of Turin. But the thing is that this study is missing a very, very crucial, important thing. And it's that the textile that the Shroud of Turin is made out of is not a silk-like fabric like the one that the study depicts. As a matter of fact, no, on the contrary, this Shroud of Turin is actually made from a very rigid textile. It's made from flax linen specifically. If you want to get a better idea of what that materiality looks like, pick up a piece of paper towel and then drape that over an apple. And then in comparison, pick up a piece of tissue paper and then drape that over an apple too. And you're going to notice a really big difference in materiality. One, the tissue paper drapes over the apple and contours over it very nicely, but the paper towel doesn't really do that too much. It kind of just sits above it. Yeah, and that's kind of the difference. That's what the flax linen from the Shroud of Turin would do. It would kind of just sit above it more, but it wouldn't really contour over the body like what we see in Moraes' study. I mean, as a matter of fact, you'd be hard pressed to even find a textile that was so fine and drapey like that in the first century. Most textiles in the first century would have been a lot more rigid and like they would be like flax linen. They didn't really have that industrialization. They didn't have that heavy processing that was able to produce these really silky fine textiles like what we see in Moraes' study. Yeah, but I hope this helped clarify some things and show you the lack of credibility that this study has. I mean, to be honest, no hate on the researchers who worked on this study, but I don't know how the study even made it to the headlines like it did. It has some really obvious mistakes. It's not a good study at all. Yeah, but to stop the study from misinforming more people, I'll recommend going to the comment section of wherever you see the study being posted and point out its flaws, talk about how it's flawed, because honestly, more people need to know. Like a lot of people are looking at the study and thinking, oh wow, this makes sense when taken at face value. It made sense to me when I took it at face value, but then I looked a little bit further and I was like, actually this makes no sense. But yeah, all right, much love